Thank you. Moving to A3, adoption of the agenda. Are there any consent agenda items that a board member would like to have discussed as an action item? Hearing none, do I have a motion that the governing board adopt the meeting agenda?
I move that we adopt the meeting agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Oropesa. Is there a second?
I second it.
Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Moving to B, public comment. B1, there is no public comment today. Moving to C, consent agenda. I call for a motion that the governing board approve consent agenda items C2 through C9.
I move that the governing board approve consent agenda items C2 through C9.
Thank you, Mr. Navarez. Is there a second?
I second.
Thank you, Mr. Oropesa. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. That motion passes. We're moving to D, business. D1, payroll and expense vouchers. I call for a motion that the governing board approve the payroll and expense vouchers.
I move that we approve the payroll. I move that we approve the payroll and expense vouchers.
Thank you, Mr. Oropesa. Is there a second?
I second it.
Thank you, Mr. Navarez. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, all those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. That motion passes. Moving to D2, the financial report. The submitted monthly report provides the district's financial status as of the report date, October 16th, 2024. Moving to D3, grant information for FY25. It is available in your board packet. Please review it. Thank you. Moving to E, comments and communications. E1, comments from governing board members. Hearing none, move to E2, governing board direction and or agenda item requests.
I feel like I should have had some.
Hearing none, going to E3, comments from the superintendent and executive team.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here. We will begin our comments, updates this evening with Dr. Slover.
Governing Board President Concha, Superintendent Mayas, and governing board members. Last week, our district site and district coaches attended the ADE Arizona Department of Education Coaching Academy. The Coaching Academy provided targeted instruction to coaches on coaching methodology, scheduling, and collaborating with teachers and principals. I am proud to say that the Alhambra coaches were very participatory. They asked a lot of questions and had really good feedback. Earlier this week, the educational services team provided follow-up professional development in coaching, and during this time, coaches worked with principals to develop a plan for coaching in a way that will positively impact teachers and students. So we're really excited to see those coaching plans in action. Thank you.
Good evening, President Conchas and the entire governing board and Dr. Mayas. What we know is that research tells us that exposing middle schoolers to job opportunities that are skill-based experiences give them an edge for the future. So we're excited. This is our second year to be invited back to the Diversified Dentistry Youth Summit. We're excited to take some kids tomorrow and engage in what is just an amazing experience of hands-on opportunity to work with professors at the dentistry college, to actually go through a lesson, have a dentist mentor who is a dentist of color, looking at ways to bring in more students who are typically marginalized in areas of dentistry, and just enjoy the day. And my favorite part after last year is the white coat ceremony at the end, which is the rite of passage for all dentists. And so each one of our students goes through that, and their mentors present them with a white coat. So I'm excited about that opportunity for our students again tomorrow. And what's even more exciting, and which is why I pulled the middle school research, we're the only middle school invited to this summit. This summit is designed for high schoolers, but we were able to get Alhambra in, so we've been the only middle school to be invited. So I'm excited about doing it again tomorrow.
Thank you. As far as my updates, today I had the pleasure of meeting with a support staff member from every school and every department, and I enjoyed hearing from all of them. They had wonderful things. Dana joins me for that, and they had just such wonderful things to say about their experiences in our district. They spoke to some of the changes, a lot of changes. They said there's been a lot of changes, especially with leadership since we know that 4 of our schools have new principals. But they spoke to just how positive the changes have been. And what really warmed my heart, and I know Dana can speak to this as well, was we had some of our support staff members get very emotional just talking about how wonderful our kids are, seeing so many of them new to the country. And and even one particular support staff member spoke to her own, it reminded her of her own journey at 20 plus years ago when she came to the country, and just so excited for our kids, for their future ahead, and thankful that we're able to be a part of preparing them for a wonderful life. And so through the quality of education that we provide. And so it was just a wonderful time, and it made me very grateful for the support staff that we have in our departments and in our schools that really help us ensure that our kids have the very best education. And so so that was a very positive experience. And then, of course, we also give them an opportunity to share ways that we can improve. And they shared a number of things that we'll look into. But for the most part, they had such great things to say. And it just made me proud of everyone's hard work. At this time, we also have our sports that are wrapping up the fall season. And so I want to share my gratitude for all of our coaches that make that happen for our kids. I know that it just brings the community together. I love visiting and seeing kids play and the families there cheering. And so we'll have finals coming up here, and then we'll get to see the kids at our next board meeting, the champions. And so we're excited about that as well. This evening, or this week, our teachers have been working hard, meeting with our parents and sharing the successes that we're seeing in our schools through parent-teacher conferences. And so I know our leaders were there, and I know we're looking forward to getting back at the conclusion of this meeting. And so and even as I was speaking to teachers, it warmed my heart to hear them say, "This is my favorite day of the year," as they're all excited meeting with our parents. And kids are excited and very proud of their progress too. And I appreciate the efforts. I know a lot of parents, I saw stations where we were making sure parents know how to access Parent View and just making sure they're able to access everything they need so that they have the information to stay informed and involved in their child's education. So thank you all for your hard work. And we just appreciate you and the difference that you make in the lives of our children and our community. May everyone have a wonderful night.
Thank you. Moving to F, meeting closing. F1, the next governing board meeting will be held on November 14th, 2024, and I will not be there. F2, calendar of events. You have Gap Day of Action. You have Catalina Halloween Peter Pepper Pizza fundraiser, the Madrid Trunk or Treat, ATS, Parent Teacher Organizational Family Fun Night, Indian Education Parent Meeting, Gap Fall Festival, Carol G. Peck Fall Festival, Westwood and Choice Learning Academy will have their Fall Festival, Veterans Day, and Thanksgiving. And you can find all of the information about our amazing events and calendar at alhambraesd.org. Moving to F3, adjournment. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I move to adjourn.
Thank you, Mr. Lopeza. Is there a second?
I second it.
Thank you, Mr. Navarez. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. This meeting is adjourned.